he's like, get Marcus out here. Why is that asparagus dish gone? Chef Marcus Guiliano. I'm in the restaurant. I'm going through my order list here for the week to place my orders. And some of you have noticed over the course of the last year or so, probably since last May, that we've removed some of our dishes. We've added some of our dishes. One of the most popular dishes that we removed last year was our asparagus appetizer. And grilled asparagus, sherry vinaigrette, sherry mustard vinaigrette, really nice dish. We've had asparagus on our menu for years. We've had it on our menu year-round. And last year, in our quest to be more locally sourced, we've always sourced local food. However, when we first opened in 2003, it was hard to get local food here in Ellenville. A lot of the distributors would only come as far south as High Falls. The farmers wouldn't deliver themselves a lot of times. We could get things in the summertime, no problem with the farm stands. But as that started progressing, even when we first opened, I had to go to the Bronx to pick up one of our main distributors. Didn't even deliver up here. So in 2003, 2004, when we opened, Ellenville was not a chartered area for restaurants, and it took some time to build that up. And now people come to Ellenville to dine, and more distributors come to Ellenville, and now more farm hubs come to Ellenville, and farmers make trips to Ellenville. So it's this beautiful explosion of food that's happened here in the last 15 years. So in the beginning, and even until last year, we were used to just buying things from distributors, even though we used a lot of local food. So last year I took off the asparagus dish and I said, you know what? We're only going to serve asparagus when it's in season now. Just to say, basically honor local asparagus. We do that with several other items like soft shell crabs we only serve in season. And we're using more and more farm hubs as of last year. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, all of our ground beef now comes local. So our menu, as some of you have watched our menu sort of more evolving, and we're doing a new menu printing today, a matter of fact, where local meatloaf's coming on our menu from local beef. Our brisket, our prized brisket, is coming off the menu, but it's staying on as a special, hopefully as more of a permanent special. But our plan with the brisket is to use 100% all local brisket from Wheatley Farms. Before, I was using a natural brand, a natural commodity brand that was hormone-free, antibiotic-free, but it was finished with grain. It was finished in a more of a feedlot setting, but it was still natural, no hormones or antibiotics. And to get away from that business model, we've taken the brisket now and put it on our specials. As of today, it's going to be on our specials. We just, in fact, I just cooked some. I just took it out of I just finished it right now. It's been cooking for 36 hours. So if you look at some of our food lately, we're like right now, all of our vegetables that go on the plate are 100% local, and it's really awesome. People don't associate this time of the year with local vegetables, and there's a lot of Hudson Valley farms that are winter growers now that have greenhouses. We've been using, I think, everything but 2 or 3 cases of tomatoes since officially the local tomato season ended, the regular farm season ended. All but 2 or 3 cases of tomatoes here have been still local because we're using a great grower up north, the northern Hudson Valley, Black Horse Farms, which we've been using their tomatoes. We use their cauliflower, we use their broccoli, their bok choy just ended a couple weeks ago. We're using their spaghetti squash. We're getting some beautiful rainbow carrots from 2 different farms right now, MX Morningstar and another place up towards Cortland. So that's what's going on with our menu. We did remove our goat cheese and eggplant dish, even though we do have a goat cheese appetizer still. We're going to have to reserve that eggplant for only when local eggplant's in season. And I stocked up on local eggplant. We have a great dish called our braised chickpea and eggplant. I stocked up on local eggplant, and we cooked a bunch of that before the season ended. We were still be able to get local eggplant, and we put a lot of that in the freezer. So that dish is going to stay with all local, a lot of local ingredients. I guess our one goal here that I've been thinking about the last few months, 4 or 5 months here, and then we've worked almost achieved this, is to have every dish with at least one local component on it. And local component, I mean within 100 miles. And that's been our goal over the last few months. And as mapping that out and putting our new menu, we're almost at that goal. We're really, 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 really close. If maybe one or two dishes might still have local ingredients on it, but it might be just the basil's local, because we can still get a ton of local herbs right now. And as I was looking through the list last night, when the farm hubs sent me off the list for everything that's available, the amount of stuff is just amazing. All of this stuff that we have locally, and it's really a great pleasure to be working with all these small farms in the area and seeing what's happening. And a lot of our dishes right now, 90% or more is all local on that plate. Right from the vegetables to the canned tomatoes are coming from a local source. All of our beans, our white beans, our red kidney beans, our white kidney beans, our pinto beans. There's another bean in the mix too that are still coming. That are all local dried beans. All of our flours, our buckwheat flour, our spelt flour, our cornmeal, all that's local. So that's what's happening here at Aroma Time. So if you don't see something on our menu that's been there for a while, it's probably because we're waiting for that season to come up again. So stay tuned for asparagus season. Asparagus season is a nice milestone here in the Hudson Valley. That spring is here. The spring has actually sprung. That'll be happening in May. Soft-shell crabs will be back the first full moon in May. We'll be using eggplant again, unless one of the winter growers has eggplant in their greenhouse. That'll be a cool thing if that happens. We were using local peppers until the first week in January was when we were using local red peppers still. So when you get the hot pot dish, there's no red peppers in there. That's why. The broccoli and cauliflower, like I said, is still 100% local. Very, very, very pricey. 2.5 times the price of what regular broccoli would cost. Probably 3 times the price. It's a little smaller of a case. So if you notice, our vegetable mix is very heavy on kale right now. We've added some local onions to that vegetable mix, our sauteed vegetable mix, along with the broccoli and the cauliflower. We're making a coleslaw for a couple of our dishes, for our burger dish and our barbecue dish, and that has all local. We use the broccoli stems. We use local red cabbage from Black Horse Farms again, and there's one more component there, carrots. MX Morningstar carrots, or the other farm that we use from up by near Cortland. Norwich Farms, we use their carrots. They have beautiful rainbow carrots as well. I'm going to post a picture on Instagram of the carrots that we just got in the other day. They're magnificent, these heirloom rainbow carrots. So that's what's going on here. We're proud to serve local, farm to table. We'll always welcome your comments and feedback. And always, thanks for your business. We appreciate it. It helps us keep living our mission here and supporting local, sustainable foods. And whether the food is local or not, we always try to source something that has a story, whether it's salt, palm sugar, whether it's a wine from Italy. There's always some kind of story behind why we're buying it. And please ask questions. We're happy to tell our stories. Because a guest came in here, which prompted this video, a guest came in here, 3-4 weeks ago, and he's like, Marcus, where's that asparagus dish? And he's like, get Marcus out here. Why is that asparagus dish gone? And I said, the asparagus dish is gone is because we're now honoring local asparagus. And we only want to serve asparagus when it's in season. I said, the dish is awesome, don't get me wrong. And we were serving it all year, but we were getting to a point where we're not sure where the asparagus was coming from. And he looked at me and he goes, Marcus, I admire you for that. And he goes, I will be back for the asparagus dish come May when asparagus is in season, and I will make sure I get here several times to have that dish before you take it off the menu. And I was like, wow, to have customers and guests, to have guests like that understand is just, it's awesome. It's amazing. So for all of you that support us in our mission, thank you very much. It means a lot to Jamie and I. We have a lot of fun doing this. And stay tuned for more videos because we want to get out to more of the local farms. There's such an abundance of local farms here in the Hudson Valley. Everything from literally from shrimp, beef, cheese, of course maple syrup, honey, things that you would think of, but things you would not think of as well. So we're going to try to spotlight a lot more of those suppliers as well in some videos and take some farm tours here, especially in the wintertime when we're a little slower. Thanks for watching, and talk to everybody later.